Something I have never seen before in an NBA game happened late in this Jazz and Cavs game, and it starts here with Jordan Clarkson hitting this step back 3 and 1. Caris LeVert gets called for not giving Clarkson enough landing space, and a potential 4-point play right now is huge because the momentum was really going the Cavs' way. Donovan Mitchel is reassuring his team, we're good, we just got to get a rebound. And Mitchell said this because the Cavs had a hard time getting defensive rebounds all fourth quarter. The Jazz had 8 offensive rebounds in the quarter alone, and it was just a combination of the Jazz being tenacious and rebounding and boxing out, and the Cavs not really boxing out well enough and getting really unlucky and having butterfingers a little bit. And you can see that on this play with Donovan Mitchell as he falls out of bounds, and the play right before Clarkson gets fouled where he also tries to draw a foul from Caris LeVert on a 3-point shot. The ball just grazes Lamar Stevens' hands before going out, and then Clarkson looks at the ref, debates whether he will argue, and then he's like, all right, let me just chill. And hey, it was a decent decision considering he made a 3 and got LeVert to foul him on the very next play, and the officials are reviewing the play to see if it meets the criteria for a technical foul. Refs are encouraged to review all landing space fouls to see if they're reckless, and while it's a very vague definition of a rule, it makes sense why it was added because there's been a ton of injuries when players haven't had enough landing space. Anyways, they call this a flagrant foul, which I mean, Clarkson's legs kick out as part of his natural shooting motion, and LeVert really doesn't give him much room to land. Obviously, Cavs head coach JB Bickerstaff and LeVert aren't too happy about that. And as Clarkson asked there, this is huge because they get the ball back after this free throw. Not sure who Clarkson was winking at there. So after Clarkson completes the 4-point play, he immediately goes back to the 3-point line, gets the ball, and draws another foul on Caris LeVert on a 3-point shot. This man literally has LeVert in a 3-point foul purgatory. And if you thought JB Bickerstaff wasn't happy with the last call, he sure as shit wasn't happy with this one. Timeout. He goes back at him. Review that shit. He goes back at him. Fuck out of here, man. The Cavs assistant coach isn't happy either. That's a bad fucking call, man. All that bullshit, or call that bullshit. I don't know exactly. And it actually ends up being a quick review because even though Clarkson looks out of the corner of his eyes to see LeVert and then jump back into him, kind of basically punching him with his shoulder on the way up, it's not really that much different from his regular shooting form. And because of that, it's not technically a foul. Bro, I feel so bad for LeVert though. And if you're asking me, I would say that's a foul on Clarkson, or at least a no call. But Clarkson drains all 3 free throws. JB Bickerstaff starting to sweat now. Had a 5-point lead, and in one possession, that turns into a 2-point deficit, completely shifting the game's momentum. A 7-point possession. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a 7-point possession. And then after LeVert misses the 3 on the other end, Clarkson basically ices the game with this floater, giving Clarkson 9 points in the last 50 seconds. Not as impressive as 7 and 13 seconds, but pretty damn impressive still. And you know what's crazy? Before Clarkson's 2 3-pointers there, he had already drawn a foul from Caris LeVert on a 3-point shot. It was like definitely Caris LeVert's fault, no question about it on that one. But Clarkson leads the NBA in fouls drawn on 3-point shots with 19. And part of it is definitely because he hunts for fouls on 3-point shots. As you can see in these earlier shots in the game, he's looking for a foul here. But also part of it is his shooting form, especially on his step back jumpers. Let's take the LeVert flagrant foul as an example of how his legs naturally kick out on his step backs. Because his whole body's momentum is going backwards, which is why he's leaning towards the hoop to help him stop. His legs are angled slightly more than his chest but his chest is still angled forwards, and he wants it to basically be angled straight up and down vertically during his release. So to be able to do that, he needs to kick out his legs to balance it out more. Otherwise, it's either going to turn into a fadeaway where he's leaning backwards, or if he jumps into the shot more, his chest is still going to be leaning forwards, which will make the shot off balance and much harder to shoot. And it means his legs are going to land further forwards than where they're starting. And as you can see, LeVert lands damn near 2 to 3 feet away from where Clarkson took off, but it's still a flagrant foul on him. Basically, to contest without fouling, you need to do the run-by contest like Donovan Mitchel did earlier in the quarter. And yeah, the Cavs kept it close at the end, even though they didn't really have a real chance of coming back. I mean, maybe if Clarkson hadn't got a 7-point possession, they would have had a real chance with how they were playing at the end here. But no. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you're still here, please leave a like. Please. Like, actually dead ass though, please leave a like. I'm not sure why it took me so long to make this video, but it just took so long. I watched the Cavs broadcast, I watched the Jazz broadcast, I watched the Mobile View broadcast. I like looked up all this extra shit that I didn't need to look up. Anyways, please leave a like. And goodbye.